and thank you for watching The Righteous Kitchen, a cooking and baking blog found at www.therighteouskitchen.blogspot.com. I am getting ready to make tzatziki sauce, and that's a popular Greek yogurt-based dipping sauce. It's great on sandwiches such as gyros, or it's even great for shish kebab. So today I'm making shish kebab, and this is a nice little dipping sauce. I have a cucumber here. Now typically you would use Persian cucumbers, but they didn't have those in the grocery store. So I'm just using a typical cucumber. So what I have here is I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half and then in quarters, because I do need to seed mine. It's perfectly fine if you don't seed yours. I do that because I can't eat the seeds. So if seeds aren't an issue for you, then go ahead and keep them in yours. But I'm just going to take a minute here. I've got these quartered, and it's very easy just to remove the seeds. Okay, so I have the seeds removed, and I'm going to cut these down just a little bit so it'll be easier for me to grate them. I'm using the fine grater, and I'm just going to come in here and grate these. And when it gets to the skin part, I'm not going to use that, so I'm just going to toss that over to the side. Now I have some grated on the other half of the cucumber, and I did go ahead and put the skin on there, but I just don't want a lot of that skin in my tzatziki sauce. Now you notice a lot of water is coming up from the cucumber because it is mostly water. So I'm going to want to get that out of my sauce. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and scoop it in this strainer. And kind of just let that drain. Let me clean up my board just a minute here. So we have the cucumber grated. That's a whole cucumber, de-seeded, and most of the peeling has been removed. What I'm doing is just kind of pushing a little bit of that water out of the strainer. If you're in a hurry and you need this sauce, you could, press it between some paper towels and try to get all that moisture out. But what I like to do is salt this, and I salt it to draw out all that moisture. Another tip is if you're making coleslaw and you want it nice and creamy and it'll stay creamy for a long time, what you do is you salt all the water out of that cabbage. And so we're going to do that same principle. I've just had a teaspoon of salt, and I'm pouring it over there. And what this is going to do is going to bring out all the liquid from the cucumber. And I'm going to let it set for about a half an hour or so, and then I'll pat it dry between paper towels. All right, so this is our first step to the tzatziki sauce. And then I'll come back and show you how to put it together. Okay, I am back to finish up the tzatziki sauce, and I have had these shredded cucumber, and it's straining here with salt. It's a whole cucumber seeds removed and most of the peeling removed, finely grated, and then I put a teaspoon of, I used Morton's light salt. And what I did here is just get all of the moisture pulled out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, press this and see if any more water is coming out. So here's what we have left. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this off to the side. And then I'm gonna press it between the paper towels. And there's still moisture coming from it. That's okay, we'll just get it out of here. You want this moisture out because it'll, if you don't, you're gonna have a really soupy dip, and we want it as thick as possible. That's why we're, you know, taking the effort to get this water out of here. I think we've got it now. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. That's that whole cucumber. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this into a bowl. I have fresh parsley, about 1/4 of a cup. And I'm gonna go ahead and mince that. And then I have some roasted garlic. I prefer roasted garlic as opposed to fresh because it isn't as bitter. So I'm gonna say this is 1 tablespoon. We'll put another clove in here. We'll say that's 1 tablespoon of garlic, and I'm just gonna press it right here onto my board and mash it. I want it nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna chop it right into the parsley. All right. So we've got our parsley, garlic, and cucumber. Just gonna mix this together. And then we have 1 cup of, I'm using non-fat, but you can use full fat, plain Greek yogurt. I was looking in my freezer because sometimes I keep grated lemon peel, but I'm out and all I have is frozen fresh lemon juice. And I don't want to break out that because it's in 1 cup increments. So what I'm going to do is just put a splash of real lemon out of this bottle, and just a touch, just like 1/4 of a teaspoon. All right, and it does need a little salt, so I'm going to use flaked sea salt. I'm only going to put about, I'm going to start with 1/4 of a teaspoon. On this, you seem to use a little bit less. So I'm going to start with 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then I'll taste it. All right, let me get a tasting bowl, and we'll see. That's very good, but I'm gonna add 1/4 of a teaspoon garlic powder and another 1/4 of a teaspoon sea salt. I'll give it another taste. That's it. That's very good. Okay, so by the time you get it all together, you're going to have 1 cup worth of dip. I'm going to give you the ounces also. Since this is a low-calorie recipe, I've been putting all of my recipes in the My Fitness app, and it'll break it down into ounces, cups, and all of that. So if you figure an ounce of this as a serving size, then you'll know how many calories you're getting. And this is coming at 9.2 ounces. I'm just going to call it 9 ounces. And then you can drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. And it's still at 9.2 ounces. I'm just talking about a teaspoon of olive oil. So we'll figure this up as 9 servings. And then I'll post the nutrition information on my blog. I try to get all of my recipes written and posted on my blog, and that's at www.therighteouskitchen.blogspot.com. And I'll post the nutrition, and we know that this is 9 ounces, so we're going to call it 1 ounce serving sizes. And let me go ahead and show you what a 1 ounce serving size would look like. If you don't have a scale, it's really convenient when you're talking ounces instead of guesstimating, you know, is that 2 tablespoons or what is it? You can just weigh it out. And this is going to be enough for a sandwich, a little accompaniment to your shish kebab. And that's 1 ounce. That's a 1 ounce serving size right there. Okay, so this is a nice healthy dip. You know, we're always looking for dips, party food, but we don't really want to wreck our diets. So this is a really healthy, low calorie dip. You could serve it with your pita chips or crunchy vegetables like celery sticks and carrot sticks. Also, a cute little idea would be to take cherry tomatoes, slice them in half, de-seed them, and then fill it with this dip. So just a few options. You don't always have to serve it with shish kebab or a gyro sandwich. You can use it as a dip, a nice low-calorie dip. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you on that next video.